can you smell that? The lovely smell of where I am right now, obviously. In order to learn these forms, we first need to really understand their original forms, well, what they are a combination of. We're gonna have to relearn 니까 and the te form. 니까 is a ending, it goes on to a verb stem, and it means because. Now, I should point out 니까 is not formal. It's either 니까 after a vowel or 으니까 after a consonant. So 바쁘다, to be busy, would become 바쁘니까, and 먹다, to eat, would become 먹으니까. You cannot use it with emotions like happy or sad. You cannot say I'm happy because, I'm sorry because I am late. I'm sad because I am late. Te, however, this can mean both and or but. This form actually serves the purpose of adding contrast to a sentence. So you have two sentences and one of them is this in one hand, and the other one is this in the other hand. All that matters is that these two sentences I'm saying are connected in some way, and that's what this te form does. It connects two sentences and shows contrast between those. Today I'm busy, but 바쁜데, but we can meet. Or today I'm busy and I have lots to do. You can make any sort of connected sentence that just shows contrast between them. So whenever you're using this form, it's like you're presenting two sentences, one on each hand, and you're saying, hey, look, this and this. The reason people use this isn't just to show contrast, it's actually to make a sentence a bit softer. Maybe your friend says, hey, can you meet today? And you normally would reply, oh, I don't have any time today. But in Korean, if you were to say, 오늘 시간 없어요, I don't have any time, it's kind of like just saying, hey, I don't have any time. So in Korean, if you want to add that sort of soft feeling that you can give to a sentence in English, you have to actually change the grammar you're using. So 오늘 시간이 없는데요, like, I don't have any time today and I can't meet you, or, but I want to meet you. So this makes the sentence softer. It's also often used for when you're explaining something. So it's useful for kind of introducing a new subject. By that, it's used often for explaining something to somebody. It could kind of have a meaning like, well, so you see, I just don't have any time today. 오늘 시간 없는데요. So 테니까, how to use it? Well, you take a verb stem, and if it ends in a consonant, you'll attach 을, and if it ends in a vowel, you'll simply attach the letter lir. Then you'll attach 테니까 to the end. What it actually is a combination of the ending te and 니까, because. This form also means because. This form is used for making an assumption. I assume, or I think that, I think so. Like if you were to say, well, I mean, I guess, I assume, I'm pretty sure, I think. This is used for making assumptions, and you can use it with not only the present tense like this, but also the past tense. And I'm going to show you how that works before I just give you some examples. So 하다 would become 했어요, but with here you need the past tense verb stem, which will always end with these two. So then you attach 을 and then 테니까. So it's either this regular one, you can say 가다 for 갈 테니까, or 갔을 테니까 with the past tense verb stem. Okay, so we've got our first sentence here. 많이 meaning a lot. So 춥다 meaning to be cold. I said it's a future form, so 추울 테니까 because it will be cold. 조심하세요. So be careful because it's very cold. What this te adds now is an assumption. So I assume that it's going to be very cold, so be careful. It doesn't mean I think it will be cold. It just means, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I assume it's going to be cold. I'm going by this assumption that it's going to be cold. 제가 할 comes from 하다, to do, 테니까, because I will do it. Don't worry, because I'll do it. If you want, we can change this to the regular future tense, and then let's contrast that. So 제가 할 거니까, just because I will do it, don't worry. So it's not used. Yeah, they'll understand what you mean. It makes sense. It just sounds very awkward. 제가 할 테니까, hey, I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming I'm going to do that, so don't worry. Koreans will assume, if they hear just this, Koreans will assume the next part of your sentence is going to be, don't worry. Koreans will assume that without you even having to say it. 제가 할 테니까요. Because I'm going to do it, don't worry. It's okay to not go to that restaurant, 그 식당까지, because I assume the kimbap flavor will be similar. Because I assume that no matter where you go, the kimbap's going to taste the same. We don't really need to go to that restaurant. 김밥 맛이 비슷할 테니까 굳이 그 식당까지 안 가도 돼요. 이번에 제가 살 테니까 I'll buy this time and you buy next time. Okay, I'll pay this time and you get next time. It's like that. If you were, however, to only say 이번에 제가 살 테니까, the person listening will understand what you're gonna say. Okay, I'll get you this time. That's what 테니까 can add the feeling of. 어두워질 테니까 밖에 안 나가요. I'm not going outside, so I'm not going to go out because it's gonna be dark. 내일은 공부해야 할 테니까 오늘 만날까요? So, shall we meet today? Because I'm assuming I'm gonna have to study tomorrow. 내일은 공부해야 할 테니까 오늘 만날까요? Next, let's do 텐데. You can just think of it as a combination of 태 and 대 if you want. It's also future tense, so just like 니까, it's used for an assumption about the future. So instead of saying because, now you've got this contrast. So blah, 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 텐데, and then here's the other part of the sentence. So this can mean and, this can mean but, this can mean so, though it shows contrast between two sentences. The first example we're gonna do is one actually that we just did. So tomorrow, 공부, study, have to, so will, 텐데, but or and, today, shall we meet? So shall we meet today? It's not shall we meet today because I have to study tomorrow. It's just saying tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow. I assume I'm gonna have to study tomorrow. Should we meet today? That's what this is. Look at this first. Okay, now I'm going to bring something else into the picture. Now look at this. See? Look at these two things. That's what 대 does. So it contrasts two sentences. Tomorrow, well, I got to study tomorrow. Should we hang out today instead? 많이 추울 텐데. It's going to be very cold. I assume, today's going to be really cold. Are you going to be okay? 오늘 많이 추울 텐데. 괜찮겠어요? Are you going to be okay? Hey, are you going to be okay? It's going to be really cold today. Let's go on. 철수가 숙제를 이미 했을 텐데. And now we have the past tense, not 하다, not 할 텐데요, but 했을 텐데요. Just like with 테니까, you attach 을 and then 텐데 or 을 테니까 to use the past tense. Well, I assume 철수 already did the homework. 했을 텐데, I assume he did it. So 했을 텐데. If you were to say 할 텐데, that means he will, future tense. Now it's he did, past tense. You can also use this with double past tense. So first you get the regular past tense here. Then you attach ot, which makes it a double past tense. So had done. Now we attach and then you can do 테니까 or 텐데. So you can say something like 제가 했었을 텐데. 제가 했었을 텐데. 제가 했었을 텐데. Means like, oh, I would have done it. Hey, if you asked me, I would have done it. 제가 했었을 텐데. But that doesn't mean you can say something like this. So while you can say 제가 할 테니까, you cannot say something like this. 제가 할 텐데. It can be awkward because the meaning is I assume. 제가 할 텐데 would literally mean something like this, and it can be awkward. I'm assuming that I'm going to do it. Like, are you going to do it? Do you think you're going to do it? Will you do it? No. I am assuming that I am going to do it. Like, are you sure or not? Are you or aren't you? And without any additional context, without any other, some sort of situation or any other verb here or anything like that, this type of usage could be awkward. You could, however, say this. 철수. 철수가 할 텐데. I'm assuming 철수 is going to do it. You can use 테니까 with yourself because it has to be followed by context that would make sense, but not 텐데 with yourself because it might not be followed with context that makes sense. 이 시간에, so this time, nobody. So nobody's going to be there at this time. 이 시간에 아무도 없을 텐데요? Like, you're not just saying there will be no one at this time. You don't want to say there will be no one at this time. You just want to say, I'm pretty sure. Like, dude, there's not going to be anyone there. 이 시간에 아무도 없을 텐데요? So we shouldn't go. Let's just stay here. 이제는 너무 늦었을 텐데. Like, I'm assuming it's already going to be too late now. Like, hey guys, I assume it's going to be too late now. 이제는 너무 늦었을 텐데. Now I think it's too late. So that's the meaning you get. You could also just end it like this. Just like you could end a sentence with the te form, the same sort of grammar. It makes it soft. Like, hey, guys, like, so I think from now it's going to be too late. So that's the meaning that you get. That kind of assumptious. How would you say that? Assumptious. This is assumptious. I don't know, assuming, that sort of assuming feeling to your sentence, as well as a soft ending to a sentence. So it makes your sentence soft. Like, you see, it's just, I assume it's just going to be too late if we go now. 미국 사람일 텐데요. I'm assuming he's an American. So that's how you can use this form to give more emotion, more feeling, make your sentences sound more natural. So let's talk about 태. Originally comes from an older form. 태 originally comes from an older form as 터. 터 means like a will, like you're going to do something, or a plan to do something. It means will, as in I plan to do something, or someone is planning to do something. So if you say 제가 할 테니까, literally, I will do that. Because I will do that. 할 테니까, because I will do that. Or 할 텐데, because it will be, or I will do something. So that's how it originally came about. A common way that you'll also see this form is with if. Now, 만약 is just an adverb by itself. It has no meaning, but it's used together with sentences that have the if form in them. So you would use 만약 together with an if form. For example, the 면 form, if. They use this 만약 adverb at the beginning of a sentence to increase the meaning of if. Like, what if really this were to happen, like that. You use this with some sort of past tense verb stem. It is if, but it's a different if. It's a stronger hypothetical if, which if you're advanced, you'll already know this one. 다면. Or I should say plain tense or past tense plain stem, however you want to say it. So for an example of that would be 하다 to do will become 했다면, or 가다 will become 갔다면, or 이다 to be, 였다면 or 이었다면. So it's like an if it had done, if it was, if he had gone, if he did it. So if he had, or if I had, or if something had happened, then they use this together with 텐데 or 텐데요. What this means is, if something that had happened, or if something happened, then something else would have happened. So would have done this, 텐데요, if B had done this. This is also past tense with 텐데. So you could say something like this. I would have gone if I had time. If someone had done something, well, then I assume I would have done this, or I assume this would have happened. 만약 시간이 섰다면 갔을 텐데, or 갔을 텐데요. And this 만약, it's actually optional, but it's good for emphasizing like this. If I had time, I would have come. So it has a stronger if feeling than not using it, but it's not necessary. So 만약 시간이 섰다면 갔을 텐데요. Like, oh, if only I had time, I would have gone. Let's do another example. If only I was tall, I could have gotten that ball. I would have been able to, literally, I would have been able to catch the ball if I were tall. 키가 컸다면, if I were tall, 잡을 수 있었을 텐데. I assume I could have. So the 텐데 form is like showing an assumption, like, oh, if only that had happened, I could have done this. So that's one way you'll see the 텐데 form is used with 만약. One thing you'll also see it used for is pointing out some sort of bad idea or pointing out something that you disagree with. So you remember how I said that 테니까 is often used for like reassuring someone, like, you know, 제가 할 테니까 or something 테니까, don't worry, or it's okay. This one you'll see often used with saying a bad idea. For example, are you sure you want to meet your friend? 비가 올 텐데. It's going to rain. That's a bad idea. I'm assuming it's gonna rain, right? It's kind of like used for pointing out someone's bad idea. Like, hey, like think about that again, okay? 비가 올 텐데, like it's gonna rain. Another example, 매울 텐데. So 맵다 to be spicy, so it will be spicy. Like it's gonna be spicy though. Are you sure? It's a bad idea. 매울 텐데? No, like it's gonna be spicy. 매울 텐데? You're carrying your backpack to school and your friend comes up and he's like, hey, can I carry that for you? And you're like, no, it's okay, I'm good. And he's like, no, really, let me get it for you. 무거울 텐데. Are you sure? 무거울 텐데? That's gonna be heavy. So you should think about that harder. 무거울 텐데, 매울 텐데, 비가 올 텐데. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Now let's just move this so you guys can enjoy the beautiful view of the Han River.